CH market move meter is up 7 out of 10. Buyer energy is lifting along with the sunshine. Stock levels, the best we've seen all year as quality listings are turning heads and driving offers. Momentum is building, and that's everything in this market. It's a good feeling out there right now. The market's breathing again. G'day folks, it is Matt Hayson here with everything that's happening on the word on Sydney's property market this week. Well, according to Westpac's latest indicator for house price expectations, Australians are predicting a property boom over the next 12 months. That's right, the October data jumped 12.2%, now sitting 34% above its long-term average and at a 15-year high off the back of lower rates, limited supply and fresh first home buyer incentives. Now, the Queenslanders, they are on a roll, winning all the winter sporting events and are also expecting the most property price growth. Victoria, well, that's the basket case state, not so much. Now, for context, 100 represents a balanced market. October's reading sitting at 172. Now, current sentiment is higher than during the pandemic when rates were near zero. The indicator was sitting at 164, and the 12 months that followed, property prices rose by 16%. Now, a bunch of economists have weighed in on this new data. AMP's My Buoy has said that most Australians expect prices to rise over time. That's why the long run average is above 100. Gene Tunney from Adept Economics has added that the new first home buyer scheme is sparking excitement and pulling that demand forward. Now, Nick Garvin from the E61 Institute said that 3 rate cuts this year have boosted that confidence, and expectations of more cuts are adding fuel. Now, but here's where it gets really interesting or confusing. Westpac's time to buy index, which measures if people think now is a good time to purchase, is still leaning into the negative. So Aussies think house prices will rise, but also believe now's a bad time to buy. Makes sense of that. Now, AMP's buoy puts it down to affordability. House prices are growing faster than wages, and even with rates easing, affordability remains tight. So, can two things be true at the same time? Can we have a housing boom in the middle of an affordability crisis? I'm no economist, but that sounds like a divided market to me. Also, as expected, the new first home buyer scheme is already pushing prices higher in the lower ranges. We're seeing competition heat up between that $750,000 to $1.5 million price bands as investors and first home buyers are driving the action. It's pretty simple, right? We just don't have the supply. We're offering generous incentives now. That means there's more buyers, fewer homes, prices are going up, and ultimately undermining the very concept of affordability that we're trying to fix and help people get onto the property ladder. Now, also looking ahead at the cash rate, 23 out of 39 economists expect the RBA to cut on November 4, taking the cash rate down to 3.35%. Now, the markets, they're less convinced, pricing in just a 40% chance of that move, with 6 economists still believe that there's only one more cut left in this cycle. Now, the inflation expectations, they're all over the map. It's a bit like punting, plenty of predictions, few consistent winners, and as always, the house usually wins. Still, it's very entertaining watching how much energy goes into forecasting the future, especially given no one in this particular field is running anywhere near a 100% hit rate. And then finally this week, we bring to market one of the most significant homes ever listed in Balmain. 1 Blake Street, represented by Danny Cobden and Samantha Elby, known as Ewenton House, is Balmain's grandest estate, spanning 2,226 square metres of harbourfront reserve. The custodians of this landmark speak of the privilege, the joy of living in a home so deeply woven into the peninsula's story. It was built between 1854 and 1872. Ewenton House blends Georgian, Victorian and Italianate architecture, a rare time capsule surrounded by perfume gardens and designed by Miles Baldwin. It feels more like Southern Highlands than Sydney, complete privacy, intimate harbour views and a calm that's almost otherworldly. Every room carries its own personality, handcrafted finishes, 12-foot ceilings, 14 fireplaces and spaces that invite connection and retreat in equal measure. Listed on the open market for the first time in its history, this state heritage listed estate offers a once-in-a-lifetime chance to become part of Balmain's living legacy. It is for sale by expressions of interest, so reach out to Danny or Samantha for a private appointment. So there we have it this week, folks. It's a market that's optimistic and it's also divided. A nation that's expecting a boom while also wrestling with affordability. The irony of it all, we're cheering on rising prices even as we struggle to keep up with them. But the truth is this, great property always finds an audience, and right now, Sydney's audience is wide awake. So on that note, the CH Market Move Meter lifts to a 7 out of 10 this week. It's confident, yet considered, and ready for a strong run towards the summer months. So that's what's going down in and around the property market this week. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you all next week.